Ladies and gentlemen, 2 days ago, a great evil was snuffed out in the world. Can you smell it on the wind? Do you feel it in the air? Racism, bigotry, sexism, discrimination, they're all in retreat. Children laugh a little louder. Old people hum merrily down the street. Because one guy who dresses as Captain Chaos from Cannonball Run and has a persona of a false SJW, his cover on a Vampirella book will not be printed. Hey everybody, it's your boy Nerdican, and yes, I'm being a little melodramatic, but the whole situation is melodramatic. What you're looking at here on the screen right now, that is the face of evil. That is the character from Cash Grab. That is Cecil, also known as Dick in Comics. Now, Dick in Comics he fooled me. When he first came out, he was sort of playing the part of an SJW, and he had this like shredder, and he was putting classic comics, although he wasn't putting them into the shredder. He was like doing like a classic Captain Marvel versus a new Captain Marvel, and he had this very biased way of judging the two books. And, you know, at the end, he would always say, okay, this new one is so much more superior than the old one. And he would begin to put the old one into the shredder, which was funny. It was a bit. I didn't know it was a bit because he committed to the bit. He sold it very well. And in that, he's a very brilliant guy. I caught on, I figured it out, and I got the joke, and I had a really good laugh. It's very funny when you can fool me from time to time. But the situation, and it's very melodramatic, and it's a very weird situation on Twitter, is Cecil. He has a very, very successful Kickstarter, and I will get to that in a little bit. But he was doing a variant cover for an upcoming Vampirella book, and it had a huge following. I think he raised about $10,000 in the Indiegogo campaign for it. All good. Well, the psychos on Twitter, mostly led by Kwanza, they rallied and they did something that was very 2018. And it's really crazy that we have all the evidence in the past that that companies should not bow down to these hate mobs, these SJW hate mobs, these people who just want to destroy. They only have destruction in their heart. Because Antarctic Press did that, and what did that do for Antarctic Press? Nothing. They benefited zero. Before Jawbreakers, nobody knew who they were. After Jawbreakers, after they had bowed down to the outrage mob, everybody knew who they were, but they were infamous now, and it really didn't benefit. So I don't see why Dynamite, on the screen right now, you see some examples of Dynamite comics. If you're a comic company who this is your bread and butter, this TNA, this is your bread and butter, you should have more of a backbone than this. You should not be cowering to an SJW mob, because the next thing that they're going to come for is these sexy images, is the body. They're going to want the body diversity. So Dynamite Comics is really digging their own grave with this. And I can understand why they wanted to go with Cecil, because you look at Cash Grab, you look at everything from Comicsgate. Say what you want about them. If you're a dumbass who thinks it's a hate movement, and that they're nerdsies or some dumb shit like all these people on Twitter, all these screechers on Twitter. And by the way, why is anybody on Twitter anymore? I mean, I'm moving more to Parler, and I'm having a great time. I don't have to deal with these. As somebody put in a video, it's everybody from Tumblr migrated to Twitter, and that's why Twitter went insane in the last few years. But all these things are very successful. That's why Dynamite would want to work with Ethan. That's why they would want to work with Cecil, because Cecil came out of the box, out of nowhere. His campaign for Cash Grab is about $180,000. To put this in perspective, Sean Gordon Murphy, his plot holes, which really he didn't sell very well, and Indiegogo is not his territory, as we just found out. He did about $250K on his campaign. Cecil, no record in the industry, he's never done anything before. He came into it wanting to have fun, wanting to entertain people, with a love of comics and a fun story to tell that he wanted to tell. it turns around to about 180,000, and the campaign's still going. And actually, because of this, I'm probably going to buy Cash Grab. I was gonna skip it to begin with, but now that there's an outrage, I'm like, you know what? Let's buy some Cash Grab. But these people with destruction in their heart, I don't know why companies are even listening to them anymore. And getting back to Kickstarter or crowdfunding, and bringing it back around to Kwanza. Kwanza, you should keep your fucking head down right now, because I'm pretty sure you'd have a Kickstarter out there that is unfulfilled. And in fact, in this video, I'm going to link to his campaign for White, which if you go to the comments, don't go to the updates. He rarely updates it. Go to the comments. The comments are where you see all the backers like, hey, how about an update? Hey, you doing an update? Is there going to be an update? Hey, is the book going to come out? And I'm pretty sure he hasn't fulfilled that. So I really think in the situation when it comes to crowdfunding and Indiegogo, I really think Kwanza, I hope you're listening, you should shut the fuck up, because you just stole money from people. You're like that B. Clay Moore who stole 20 grand from people and ran off. And to the people who backed him, that's what he wanted. He didn't love the story. He didn't love the characters. He didn't love the comic book. He doesn't love the art form. He loved the money. He loved that he could use racial baiting to get you to give him money. When he got the money, that's what he wanted. That's when he left. But guys like him who are supposedly in the industry, they will never forgive Comicsgate. And there's one reason. Because Comicsgate has shown anybody can do this. Anybody who brings respect for the customers, respect for the character, respect for the story, and a love of the art form can do this. They remember all those years ago, they kept telling Richard Meyer, put up or shut up. Where's your comic? Why isn't your comic on the shelf? Well, I'm pretty sure Richard Meyer is a millionaire now. EVS, they chased him out of DC Comics. They tried to chase him out of the industry. I'm certain he's a millionaire now. So while you're squabbling for these Netflix deals and these shitty sci-fi series, mags, people who love the art form, people who love comics, people who love the audience and the story they want to tell, they're becoming millionaires while you guys are wallowing in your shit apartments, not making any money, with your companies telling you pencils down because they didn't have enough money, because they've been sponsoring you for so long while you failed upwards in the industry and caused them to lose money every time you put out a goddamn book. A goddamn piece of shit book. Kim and Kim, Marilyn Manor, was that one Strangelands? While you were putting out those shit books and causing people to lose money, the industry was sinking because of you. So along come the people of Comicsgate, the good people of Comicsgate who just want to tell stories, make a little bit of money, and entertain people, which is probably what you should try to do in an entertainment industry. And that's why people like Patrick Zurcher, Gail Simone, Mark Waid, Kwanza, Mags, they'll never forgive you, because you came in, because a lot of these guys came in fresh out of the box and they said, I love this industry. I want to be in this industry. I'm going to respect the story, the art, the book. I'm going to put effort into it. While they're crapping things out and just handing it to their editors and saying, bye, where's my paycheck? You get people like Richard C. Myers who obsess over the UPC on the back of the comic book, or EVS. Yes, his book came out late. Cyberfrog came out late, but have you seen the art? It's the best art of his career. He put time, blood, sweat, tears, and most of all, love into it. And that's what these SJWs in the comic book industry, that's why they reject these new people coming in, people trying to break in, Sweetcast, Douglas Ernst, all these people. They don't want to talk about that, because these people came in and they have a love of the industry, and they're showing, hey, you don't need to bow down to this network of quote unquote friends who are really just a network of Stasi who watch each other. You don't have to bow down to them. You don't have to be a sycophant to an EIC or any of these insane SJWs like Gail Simone. You don't have to do it. You just have to create it. The blueprint is down there. And I'm speaking to anybody out there who wants to get a comic made, who's thinking about getting into the industry. Love the industry, love the story, love what you're doing, and go do it, because it's right there. Success is right there. You've seen the path of failure. You've seen the path of destruction. The people who just want to, these SJWs in the industry who I'm sick of, they're just destroying things. And congratulations, you got a scalp. You scalped. You got Cecil's lovely scalp. So he's going to go on and probably make about 225 to 250K while you're begging for a Netflix deal. And to anybody out there, you know the path. Nothing's stopping you. And today, in 2020, you have more avenues open to do your own book, to do your own story the way you want to. You don't have to go through an EIC. You don't have to give it to somebody and let them change your character and let them twist it in a direction you don't want. You can all do it. It's right there. The path is there. It's easy as a sale. Find the people, tell them your story, ask them to buy. Stop listening to what I'm saying. Go get your computer out and start writing. Create something wonderful. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Go out and do it. Bye.